Welcome to Reinvention Africa. I'm Quincy, and this is the show that's trying to give you guys impact and hopefully leave you with a hopeful message in under 5 minutes. Today, I'm joined by Dumi, who is an industry expert focusing on how small and medium enterprises can really leverage the use of technology. Dumisani, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to jump straight into question one, if you don't mind, and ask you, how have you reinvented your business or self lately?
Thank you for having me, Quincy. Very interesting question. I think people often talk about pivoting or a pivot, especially in the context of the disruption that we've seen with COVID. We've had a lot of people talk about reinventing themselves, reinventing their businesses, etc. But for me, a pivot doesn't need to be extreme. I guess what matters is the consistency and the sustainability around the change that you seek to make. I'm a firm believer in the concept of marginal gains or small incremental improvements in any process, which when added together, make a significant improvement. So for me, the disruption caused by COVID, for example, has highlighted the importance of executing really well on fewer priorities, whatever it may be, relationships, both professional and personal. It could be personal goals, anything at all. But there is great value in focusing on quality as opposed to quantity.
To me, I really like that. I mean, everything when you're talking about how it was time to focus on the little, the little increments that make the whole and focusing more on quality. I also like the aspect of you just taking time and focusing on your brand. Self-care is a big theme of mine. It's a big topic that I talk about quite a lot. So I really think it's encouraging to hear that, industry experts across are just really also taking the time to step back and say self-care is now important. My personal brand is now also important. That brings me now to question two today, which is, having said all of that, what are you most excited about or hopeful for going forward?
I think in times of uncertainty, similar to what we're going through, uncertainty always presents opportunity. It's been a tough year for almost all of us in South Africa, in Africa, and globally, and I think COVID has brought about unimaginable pain and suffering for a lot of people. But I believe, there's a silver lining in every dark cloud. In all adversity, that we have all experienced, there are fundamental and practical lessons, in some cases, opportunities, that have come out of it. I was listening to 702 the other day, and Bongani Bingwa on the breakfast show or the morning show, I can't remember what he calls it. He was talking about positive affirmation. If you look at the bed, or if you focus on the bed, you will find bucket loads of it. The opposite is also true. So I'm looking forward to applying the learnings from the adversity and challenges that I've experienced in the past year, and just becoming a better person in every sense of the word. So just focusing on me, making sure, as I've said, on the first question, focusing on self-development, focusing on the quality of the relationships in my circle, in my professional circle, in my personal life, and really being intentional about my brand. So I'm looking forward to really putting those three things into action, and making sure that the future becomes what I want it to be.